way if we didn't do it, and fortunately we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Right. So stick with 360. That's your message. If you don't, people don't like it.
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device. And
Well. What do we have here? Hello, my name is Nathan Mark. Today was a sad day because Nintendo did an oopsie. This oopsie happened same as Microsoft back then, where Microsoft, not CEO, just I don't know if it's CEO or not. I forgot. Just the game guy or just Xbox, the Xbox CEO did something terrible, a PR nightmare, when he did an interview with Jeff Keighley when they announced Xbox One. He said, if you don't have internet, you could buy an Xbox 360. You don't have to buy an Xbox One. It's a PR nightmare because you already know if you don't have internet, you cannot buy Xbox One, because Xbox One back then you have to use an internet, because I don't know, it's a bad design. If you put your console as like all internet, you must use internet at all time, which is bad. And it was proven with sales running low, and then everyone who bought like Xbox 360 back then, as like that's one of the best generation after PS2, and you went to Xbox 360 and they said, hey, what the hell is this always online bullshit they implement? And then they bought a PS4 instead, and they can share their game, their physical, and give it to, or just give to their friends, and then they offer like this to the other friends, and then you can exchange your game easily. And then Xbox cannot do that. Now Nintendo did something same, but in a polite way, because this like recent April 8th, Insider Gaming by Mike Straw. Can't afford Nintendo Switch 2? Buy a Switch 1, Nintendo says. Nintendo Switch pre-orders are opening up in various regions, not United States, today and tomorrow, meaning that likely millions of people are set to make the 450 plus purchase on the new console. Unfortunately, however, there are plenty of others that won't be able to afford of the Nintendo Switch 2. Yes, I think for they released Nintendo Switch 1 at $399 or $0.99, $400. It increased like $50, which is, I think, to me, in my humble opinion, it's okay. Why? Because they kind of upscale everything, even though it's not upscale, but I think it's still a reasonable price for on the go device, and you can still play it on the TV, and you can play it on the go with a bigger screen, and then magnetic Joy-Con stick. Again, the Joy-Con still I have doubt, and because of the joystick drift, but they still they responded. We fix everything, quote unquote. I'm paraphrasing that. In recent interviews with CBC, or the Canadian broadcast, I don't know what it is, which took place prior to the console pre-orders being delayed in the United States, Nintendo of America's President Doug Bowser was asked about the console price and what player who can afford it should do. His response: play the original Switch. This is his response. As we look at Nintendo Switch 2 and you think about the feature sets that I talk about, we believe that the pricing is appropriate for the value of the machine and the gameplay experience overall, Bowser said. as we recognize, there are some people that may not be able to afford the Switch 2 price point. That's why we want to make the other Switch platforms available, so people still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in this world, and see value, if you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. It's, to me, it's an oopsie, but they did it not like Don did it with Xbox. He did it like politely, even though it's still bad, because like, hey, if you can afford, just buy Switch One. It's not good, but he recognized that some people cannot afford this. But again, you wanna make sure that Switch 2 it's successful. With tariffs, even though it's on pause currently, things can happen. Things can change. They could offer Switch 2 for 400. It could happen, but I don't think they will. But with the games, it's $80 to $90, and the pricing of this console is 450. You basically said, nah, you can just buy Switch One. It's not okay. It's not cool. But again, with this, while it's not not as direct as Don Mattrick's response regarding the Xbox One requiring constant and internet connection in 2013, it still isn't something that likely sit well with a lot of players. Yes, it's not good. It's not good response to basically, if you are poor, like this like the version, if Doc Bowser, if he being honest, if you're poor, just buy Switch One. It's cheaper. That's but basically what he said in that matter. If he were a bitch, like a coward, or not a coward, it's just a bitch. What do you make Bowser's comment towards people who may not able to afford Nintendo Switch 2? Again, Switch 1 is still good if you know how to mod or homebrew it. It could be fun, or you can make that as a Linux device, whatever you want. You can mod it, and with how Switch 2 game now is just too expensive. I don't know. What can you bring? What can you offer to Switch 1 if people cannot afford this? I know you can still play the Legend of Zelda game. What about the new games? Can they play the new Mario Kart World? You didn't announce it, or you didn't tell anything about it. It's just exclusive to the Switch 2. Are you able to stream it, this game, even though you don't have Switch 2? At least can people who bought like the online service can play this game too? With just stream the game. This question needs to be answered quickly, because you cannot put this statement out of the air if just said that, hey, you still have an opportunity to come into our gaming universe, be a part of these characters in this world, and see value, if you will, in whatever rung of the platform they come in. What do you offer with Switch 2 and Switch 1? I know game share, it's there. You can play Switch 2 and then you can share the game. You don't have to download it anymore. You can I think you can download it, but you don't have to pay it again. You don't have to pay anymore. So basically, you can download it from Switch 2 to your Switch 1. Now is the point to answer this question, because if if it was me who want to buy Switch 1, what can you offer so I can play the Switch 2 game? So I bought the Switch 1 game only to experience Switch 2 in later years, or just have the option to stream it, so I cannot just falling behind. So I still have to learn these characters, this new world, then maybe someday I can join in later. So yeah, I think they should have this kind of like answer to the people in the next couple of weeks with how I think you can stream like Switch game on, especially the game that run hard. You can stream it. So hopefully they have an option to stream this game. I know you really need a good internet, but at least that's a huge win in my book. In my humble opinion, it's a huge win if you can use Switch One at at the moment for stream the new game for Switch Two. But again, streaming, I know, I don't know, but you can earn more money though, but not $80 worth of like. So basically, you can or $90 worth. Don't don't you do it, Nintendo? If you offer $90 for this kind of like stream it, just stream it, and then you when you have Switch 2, you can own the origin the version that you bought with the, I don't know, so many things that they need to answer. Hopefully, if they have the capability to stream Switch 2 game, that's a win. But hopefully they don't charge you a lot more money if you already bought the Nintendo online service thing. You don't have to pay another one. To basically, you buy the subscription, you play this game for free, like Xbox uh, Game Pass. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's one thing about the whole situation. But let's look at the meme. Like, shout out to Pipkin Pipa, Face Connect, a VTuber. Do you guys not have Switch ones? Yes, this outrageous, to be honest. Yeah, doing the Don Mattrick. I'm probably done with Nintendo systems. Which one is good enough for me? Yes, I think. Hopefully in the future, before Switch to launch, hopefully we could discover more things with the system. Hopefully we could get more things that people made, a homebrew thing. I don't know, so many things that I hope to see people in the whether they are in the modding community or not. I know they can run basically, I don't know if they can run PSP games or not, but emulation things. But hopefully they discovered they can run Xbox 360 game or PS3 games, or I don't know if they play PlayStation 2. But if that's happened, buy a Switch One, I guess. That's it. That's what I think about the whole thing. This response and this kind of answer. It's kind of stab in the back and then kind of like braggadocious again. Kind of like, hey, if you're poor, don't buy it. Just buy the cheaper version for your peasant. This for the peasant. Yeah, I think go fuck yourself, Don. That's why Xbox losing a lot of money, and then Xbox losing kind of a lot of players. This jump ship to PlayStation 4. Hopefully they. I think it's not going to happen. People are still going to buy this because how many good exclusive they're going to offer. The only thing that I respect about Nintendo Switch is just not the Switch itself, but the company. They sometimes bring out the best people just making games. But that's it. That's what I think about the whole situation and the game list itself. Basically, especially this one is fucking terrible. What they did, they like $10 really. You should offer them for free. Dragon Drive, like DEI, fucking stupid. Especially this one, I'm excited to see the gameplay of this Dice Block. I think if you want to offer $80 or $90, I give it to Dustblood for or the From Software guys. But that's it. That's what I think again. Thank you so much for watching. Don't be a Don Mattrick, god damn it. Be a good person. Thank you so much for watching again. Goodbye. Like and subscribe. Bye.